Hello everyone and welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is a series where I get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological creatures, beast beings, and the like pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying that I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything along the way, I apologize in advance. And today I kind of wanted to talk about a creature from Korean myth and folklore, and this is, and I know I'm probably going to mispronounce this one, but the Dokkaebi. And essentially, these are Korea's versions of goblins. They are these nature deity spirits that have the ability to possess extraordinary powers and can utilize them to interact with humans for good or for not so good. They are often known to be tricksters and playing, again, these self-amusing gags against humans. We'll get into some of this later, but they also, like I said, can be helpful too. They take many different forms. And that's in part because these the Dokkaebi have been around for a long time. The first documentation of one of them was from the Silla era, which would be 58 BC to about 935 AD. So way far back. These have been around for a while, and because of that, there have been so many variations within the Dokkaebi for many years. Sometimes they're described as having 1,000 faces, other times they have one leg, a lot of times they're described wearing the hanbok, which is a traditional style of clothing for Korea. And like I said, their variations differ widely, but essentially this goes down to, are they going to help you or are they going to cause you some issues and strife? Now, different from spirits and ghosts, their origin is essentially that a particular household object or human possession is possessed by a spirit. And again, these inanimate objects, one example was a broom. That's all you really need to create a Dokkaebi. Other times it's described as objects that have been stained in human blood, and those objects get possessed and become this kind of goblin-like spirit deity entity creature. But they are always described as being fearsome and awe-inspiring. Again, doesn't matter if they're on the pranking side or the helpful side. There is many lore that says that they love to challenge people to wrestling matches. And this is in part because it is almost impossible for them to lose. If they challenge you and you accept, most likely they're going to win. Unless couple things happen. Unless you actually are able to attack the right side of the Dokkaebi, that's their weak point. If they are described as the one-legged version of the Dokkaebi, then one of the easiest ways to defeat them is to hook the leg, knock them to the ground, and again pin them to the ground because their one leg is in part a weak point. Now, there are some interesting items that the Dokkaebi more often than not have on their person, one being a magical hat. And this particular hat grants the wearer the ability to turn invisible. A hat of invisibility. And so that I thought was kind of really neat. They also have a club, more often than not described with them, which they use very similar to magic wand. So it just allows them to cast magic, and again, very intriguing object that they have on their person. The Dokkaebi love certain types of food. So if you want to get on their good side, you might want to offer one of the above, which is buckwheat jelly, a variety of different kind of sorghum drinks or food. Red bean rice cakes is another thing they really enjoy. So they do have taste of certain kind of food and appreciate gifts of those items. And when they are on the benevolent side, wow, I'm getting tongue-tied today, they bring good luck, good harvest, big catches of fish, and do a lot of good for humanity. Now, again, on the flip side, they could be very, very bad and bring with them fires and disease, especially contagious disease. But it is very interesting because the Dokkaebi, being these kind of goblins, one of the things they have been known to do is defend humanity against evil spirits. So they can be a protective entity as well. So there are lots of different multifacets and personality types. And that's also in part because there is a huge variety of subcategories of Dokkaebi. I won't go into all of them, but there is like a plethora of lore associated with these quote unquote Korean goblins, though again, they're not exactly what we would deem as goblins based on the European style lore of what goblins are, but they were pretty neat. So if you're curious about them, feel free to look them up. Again, Dokkaebi, I'll put their name down below. I thought they were really fascinating and kind of just a fun little spirit that, for good or for not so good, is around humanity. And yeah, that's what I have. So if you have any questions for me about this or anything else, post them in the comments below or reach out to me on any of my social media. And until next time, everyone, Skål.